of the things I always say about being a ranger is it's a career, but it's also a lifestyle. We can get called at 24/7. In the summer, a lot of times, you don't know how long you're going to be gone for. Michael Thompson, I'm a New York State Forest Ranger with the Department of Environmental Conservation. I work in the Southern Adirondacks, Fulton and Hamilton County. I've been a ranger now for 11 years. This time of year, it's the spring, we call it the mud season. It's kind of our transition time of year. So with the foliage off, it's a good time for us to get in and inspect the backcountry boundary lines. The nice thing about the airboat is it's a boat, but can also go on flat ice. So this time of year, when the ice is starting to go off all the lakes and the rivers and things, that's a nice transitional piece of equipment that we can use for flat ice rescues. We can also use it in flood responses. They typically get assigned to the hurricane responses in Long Island or in Schoharie when there's big flood events. We have search and rescue, our wildland fire program, and then just the care, custody, and control of all the state land. So one of the aspects is wildfire. One of the ways we get our best training is by going out onto these western assignments. So we go out and help the federal government and these western states. So last summer, I took an interagency crew. I was crew boss for, and went out to Montana in the Kootenai National Forest. So I led a 20-person hand crew out there on about a 30,000-acre wildfire. That was the first time that I had been out with an interagency crew, and we went out with people that had years of experience, and so it was an interesting transitional assignment, but we had a great crew. When I grew up, I spent a lot of times hunting, camping, fishing, so I knew from an early age that I wanted to spend time outside. I got a 6-year-old son and a 3-year-old daughter, and a wife who works in the school districts. May here is turkey season, so I'm going to have my son out. I spend a lot of time in the spring woods turkey hunting, then in the fall I spend a lot of time in the deer woods as well. And then it's also trout season, so we're going to get the little guys out fishing. 2 summers ago, we had a search right on the Herkimer, Fulton, Hamilton County line, and it was a gentleman who was gone. He went out for a short hike and didn't come back. So I did about a 6-mile assignment and ended up finding the gentleman. And he was okay, but he had walked all night and he was totally exhausted. He had his shoes were basically disintegrated at that point, and so I had him. He could barely walk, but I wasn't able to hit any of our towers. So I had found him, and I had him for about 2 hours before I could actually get radio communications out just to a New York State police car that was driving by. And then we ended up hiking the gentleman out, and he was okay. Spent a night in the hospital, but he still sends me Christmas cards every year. Thanks my family, thanks me for what I do. So it's a really rewarding experience when you get something like that. It's those situations that make you really appreciate what we do.